Hi everyone, welcome to Nonsense Whisky. My name's VinPF, and on today's episode, this is a very special end of year episode, and it's my Whisky of the Year for 2018. Now, over the last couple of years, I've done something a couple of different each time, but this year I followed the same kind of pathway as I did last year, and that I picked every single solo video review that I did throughout the year in 2018, and I put them all into a spreadsheet, put them into a random number generator, and put those polls out on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, I'll put a link in the description below, but I am at NN Whisky, and you can get involved in those sorts of things on my Twitter feed. So it went through several rounds, and I won't go through those in great detail, but I'll put a link in the description to the spreadsheet, and I've got all that organised. It was basically all, I think it was something like 90 odd reviews in the end, and put them into groups of 3. The winner of those advanced into the next round, which brought me to 32. Then a random number generator, and I then did knockout stages from there on in, and it brought them down until we had our finalists. But before we get into the actual reveal of those whiskies, I'd just like to say a thank you to everyone who's watched my channel over the last year and from before that. I've had an excellent year. I hope to do that again in 2019. In fact, just to give you a couple of stats that we had on the channel this year, I started this year with 864 subscribers, and I'm now on around about 3,700 on time of release. And I also started with 66,000 views across all of my videos, and I'm now on something like 360,000. So I'm really happy that you guys are getting to see my videos and that you're sticking around to look at more. Let's check out these whiskies and see which ones did the best this year, as voted for by you on Twitter. So my first thing I should say is the highest rated non-Scotch on the list was the Eagle Rare 10. In fact, it was the only one that broke it out into the last 16. All of the others, all of the world whiskies, all of the bourbons, everything else I've covered this year, hasn't been a great deal of them to be sure, but they all got voted past for Scotches basically. So interesting little dynamic going on there, because I think some of the bourbons that are coming out are really good at the moment. Maybe it's just the people that follow me on Twitter, who knows. But yeah, so Eagle Rare 10 was the highest rated bourbon on the channel last year. So going through that, another couple of special mentions. So we're pushing through to the semi-finals. The people that were knocked out in 3rd and 4th place, which was the Glengoyne Cask Strength, which is the highest rated non-age statement on my list, and the Old Pulteney 17, which unfortunately has now been discontinued. Both of those saw it right through to the end, and were only beaten by the finalists. And the finalists were the Balvenie 17, absolutely major whiskey, and the Highland Park 21. And the Highland Park 21, I thought it was going to be pretty close, but the Highland Park 21 really did steal the day on that one. Interesting one was that I've only just managed to cover that myself. I did know I was going to cover it because I pre-plan all of my episodes, but I've only just released that episode today, in fact, as time of release of this video. So if you want to go and check out any of those videos, they'll all be in the descriptions below, and I'll put some links up here. But it's been an absolutely fantastic year. The Highland Park 21 is an absolutely fantastic dram. Last year, I picked the Highland Park 18 as my Whisky of the Year, and it wasn't voted the #1 Whisky of the Year. That honour, in fact, went to the Lagavulin 16, which I do think is a most excellent whisky, but put up against the Highland Park 18, the old style one. This is not the new style Viking Honour or whatever it's called. It's a very close call for me, but the Highland Park 18 won that in my personal view. This year, I happen to agree with how the Twitter polls went. Highland Park 21 is an absolute monster of a dram, unfortunately discontinued now, but you can get more information about it in my video. And thank you again to everyone for watching my videos this year. Hopefully you're all going to carry on watching me in 2019. I've got lots of good stuff planned, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button and keep watching Nonsense Whisky videos. Thank you. In 27. So let's go into those, and we can